Okay, we have an exciting one for you today. Over the past year or so, I hired a new videographer, Nathan, which you guys have seen. We've done videos in his garage. Now, you guys know I have just an excess amount of equipment. So over time, my friends and coworkers end up with a lot of equipment. Now, Nathan has gotten the bulk of that, in addition to just buying a lot of epic equipment. So we're gonna tour his garage gym. Let's do it. Hey guys, this is Coop from Garage Gym Reviews, and this is
Nathan from Garage Gym Reviews.
And we are in Nathan's garage. You can tell he just worked out so he could look bigger than me. Not lying. I mean, look at those arms. But we're in his garage gym, basically to do a tour of everything that he has set up because it is sick. Now, what you're looking at right now isn't the most spectacular. That's because this used to be Nathan's former gym. Nathan, kind of take us through what used to live in this like excess corner over here.
Sure. I moved into this house probably about a year ago, and one of the main things that won me over was like, there's this extra little cove area, and I was thinking originally, oh great, I'll just put gym equipment here, save the rest of the garage to be a garage. And Coop, I remember Coop saying like, that's how it starts. I promise you it's not going to stay like that.
I specifically said, like, I guarantee you after working for us for a little bit, you will turn the rest of the garage into a gym. And
that's pretty much what happened.
it worked really well when it was in here. Like, you had enough space for a barbell. That's like one of the fun things about a garage gym is you're constantly changing stuff. You move the rack from facing this way to facing this way. You tried all these different like ways to do it, and ultimately you just ended up like, scrap
Forget
it. We'll take over the whole gym. Let's lay the foundation, literally with the foundation. Nathan got very lucky in that I had excess flooring from my garage, which by the way, people ask me all the time, what is your flooring? They are Eleiko tiles, and Nathan could probably attest to this. They are incredible. These are very thick, heavy duty tiles. They ship on a pallet. The way they work is they're basically sound suppressing. So you drop weight from overhead, because they have like these dimples or nipples that are in here, when you drop the weight, it compresses. In addition to that, you just have like this beautiful white fleck, tiles that are modular, so they're easy to install. Instead of having to, you can, but instead of having to glue it down, you just put these what are called quad blocks in here, which fit into each corner. Once they're in, you place this one down, and they don't move. There is some slight play, but not a ton. Now, granted, these are expensive. They are pricey. Nathan got lucky in that he's my friend, but they are freaking amazing tiles. Now, let's move on to some of the equipment. This was one that you bought. Tell me why you bought it, you know, what you liked about it.
This is the Westside Barbell Reverse Hyper. It's the newer version. I just didn't have much in the way of like lower back exercises. I wanted to have some more, sort of getting like a GHD. I just decided I'd go with this to dip my toes in.
Do you fold it up or do you leave it out?
Well, when I was over here, absolutely. Like
Yeah.
every square foot was like vital. So when I was done with it, I'd put it against the wall and that would be that.
For most people, like this is really the best reverse hyper for most home gyms just because it's priced really well, really compact. You can still load it with what weight you need. It's pretty stable, but the price point on this, we've reviewed it fully. This one's really good. Now, this is kind of the centerpiece of most gyms. This is the Rep Omni Rack, and you've probably seen this one because we've reviewed it. Tell me what you like about it. Tell me anything like you're like, I wish I would have changed this. I know you bought like quite a few accessories, so just walk us through some of that.
Yeah, so what we have here is kind of a love child between Rogue and Rep, I would say. The Omni Rack was a great foundation for everything. I'm pretty happy with what I ended up accessory-wise. Things that I would do different, I'm not sure. Like anytime you buy something from Rogue, it doesn't necessarily fit perfectly within these holes, even though they are 1-inch holes. That tiny discrepancy between metric and imperial, I guess.
Yeah.
When it comes time to put the bolts in, they might just not quite fit. So like even that bar hanger up there, the only way I got that to work was with using Rep bolts instead of the included Rogue bolts. So little things like that that you don't know until you're here and you're putting it together. So.
Yeah. And if you have OCD, because Nathan is like me, he has OCD. If you go in his house, everything's just dialed. It's very nice.
Yeah.
That can bother you. If you're not if it doesn't matter, then it's not a big deal. But I see like you've got this leg roller, for instance. Why choose this leg roller versus Reps or any of the others? Because that one's a little bit unique from what most are offering.
Yeah, with this one, I just like the vinyl a bit more, I think.
Okay.
I especially like the knurled knob right here.
Cool.
Just the little things, just experiential nice touches. You know, it's just nicer to use to mount anywhere on the rack. So that Matador back there, the dip bar, it was kind of a question between, do I go with rep, do I go with rogues? And it came down to that one just being a solid piece of metal instead of like the arms being bolted on the rep one. So mounting that hanger, you can kind of see it bows out a little bit because I had to like overly tighten it for not to have some play in it. So again, some tiny things that you don't know until you're slapping it on the rack. So.
Okay. Talk us through your plates, because these are all ones that you selected over time, multiple orders.
Yeah, I just went with the crumb rubber, high temp type of plates here, 45s, 25s. And the plates, you'll notice I have entirely too many 10-pound bumper plates. And that was because originally I was gonna really commit to this DB15 system. And again,
I told him it wouldn't work.
Right from the top, like Coop was like, you really want to spend that much time loading plates? And I was like, I think I understand what I'm doing here.
Yeah, I'm bigger than you.
Because like I was thinking, you get all these features that you don't get unless you have like higher end Eleikos, like what you have, the bearings, the knurling. It's
totally
the quality of an Ohio bar. So I was like, I think this makes all the sense in the world. So I fully dove in with all these 10-pound plates. I have so many that some are just weighing down my...
Yeah, I see that. You got 5 over here, 10, 15.
Yeah,
16?
Probably 16, yeah.
16 10-pound plates. They loved you offloading that stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would just look up at those things hanging there and I'd be like,
I'll do barbell today.
Yeah. And I eventually did the power blocks, which I'm sure we'll get to at some point. But yeah, that's why I have so many of those. And then, you know, just change plates beyond that.
Sick. Yeah. So back here, we are currently in the process of testing the cambered bar still. One thing I like to do is get other people's opinion on it. And Nathan's one specifically that I like to get his opinion because he loves equipment and training. You know, you've had it for a few weeks. What do you think about the cambered bar?
I definitely like it. I haven't used many other cambered bars, to be fair. And I do like it more than a straight bar for benching, but for like curling, any kind of tricep work, not at this point a big fan of like that center of gravity being not quite the same as a straight bar.
Yeah, I know you mentioned the Rogue multi-grip bar when we were at the Arnold.
Yeah.
So if you had to choose right now and I said, all right, this one or the Rogue Fitness one, which one?
Yeah, I fear that when that comes out, it could be like $700.
It could. The handles are stainless, the sleeves are stainless.
Yeah, seeing like the fit and finish differences between the two, it's just so nice. Those knurled steel
They do
inserts.
feel good, dude.
Yeah, it's just like, I'd have to go with that one. I love that bar. But I think the Rogue one would win.
Sure. Okay, back here. This is one we just reviewed. You just edited. Mm-hmm. We got the older version in, and yours is like the newer, like new aluminum pulleys, new shrouds. Like this thing looks pretty slick compared to the other one, even though functionally it's about the same. It doesn't perform any better. The other one had aluminum pulleys too. These are just red anodized, and so is this clicker here, and so are these pop pins here, the nice laser cut logo. It's just a nice fit and finish. It looks a little bit better, and they're not charging, at least for this, any more than they were for the old ones.
Not for now.
Yeah, until this video comes out.
We'll see.
I love the addition.
Yeah.
Behind you got another Titan piece. I've first time seeing that.
I probably really didn't need to add this to the arsenal here, but I went with this one because you can fold it up. This is also something I would usually use during any back workout at a commercial gym. And for $120 or whatever it was at the time, why not?
Yeah. For the price, are you happy with it? Like how it performs? Like feels stable and everything? I mean,
it feels stable. Not sure how to put this on camera, but I do wish there was a slot here.
Yes. The man cave.
Yeah, it's not the most comfortable right here.
Yeah.
But, you know.
No elaboration needed. I feel. Over here, another Titan plate loaded piece. This was one we did on a video review on, and we did in your garage. Obviously, like, this is one from our stock that you're using.
I think my critiques are very similar to yours. I mean, when I edit your videos and I'm shooting them and everything, maybe you brainwash me without me trying to, but I like it. I think I have the same problems as you did. Like it's easier right here than it is right here, so on and so forth. Titan has actually revised their vinyl, and I saw some pictures. Titan sent it to me. It's so much nicer.
Just grippy.
Yeah. They put it throughout, and I have to imagine that these are softer too. I really hope.
Yeah. That thing is hard.
It's so hard.
Why
especially
so
the one
hard?
on the shin, man.
Yeah.
It's punishing. And they also added a knob where like you can on the fly without having to like unload the weight,
Ooh,
you know,
sweet.
and flip that around.
That's
that
nice.
would be great. But this one, as it is, it's just so easy to implement into your home gym. Like it doesn't cost that much for getting leg curls and leg extensions in a pretty small form factor. I think, you know, it's a solid piece.
Yeah, I agree. Now these look kind of unassuming. These are actually quite special.
Yeah.
These are the Pro Series power blocks. We've talked about power blocks a lot. Are you happy with the power blocks, or do you wish you would have gone Nuabel, you know, or maybe some of the others?
Ultimately, after I had the realization that that wasn't it, the DB15s, I decided to go with the Power Block Pro series, the expandable type. Those rubber molded grips, just not great. He told me about JD Gym Equipped. That makes all the difference in the world. Like,
it really does.
The experience of
they
it.
are so nice. They're pricey, a couple $100 maybe, and then you throw shipping on.
Yeah.
But like, dude, if like, I can't go on and they feel so good. Just like a really well-made barbell.
Yeah. Pricey, but nothing compared to going with like Power Block solution of getting the
the commercial version.
Never going to happen. That was like, it would have been double even what I have invested in this.
Then last piece, lat pull down. You got the plate loaded version. You've used the lat tower with the stack. I've given my thoughts on it, but how do you think this compares for most people versus the weight stack version?
Yeah, again, I don't know if I can add much color to what you've said about it in the past, but the downsides are you have to like roll plates over from wherever you have them, which for me is all the way over there.
Yeah.
Fit and finish is whatever, you know, for what it costs, it gets the job done, but it's definitely not as nice as a selectorized system, of course. I had my friend that's much better with electrician type stuff than I am, someone that I knew wouldn't shock and kill himself, and he ran some power from there over to there and there. Garage is blocking that one, but there's another Sonos One speaker there.
Yep.
And since those are AirPlay like natively, you can just within the OS of your phone group them together, no latency, and it sounds so good.
Dude, they're so good.
Yeah. So Coop, you've seen what I started with over there. You've seen what I've done today. With you looking around and all of your Coopness,
Me and my Coopness.
in terms of like the choices that I decided to include, maybe even the arrangement of the setup here, like, is there anything that you would have done different?
Sure. I've definitely been very integral into the build of this gym because you ask me every time you look at something, Coop, well, should I buy this? Coop, what do you think about it?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, like, it's fun. I do this obviously for GGR, but like, I'm as much of an enthusiast as anybody, so I enjoy it. Couple like comments. Love like the flex rack up top. Like, what a great like space saving solution to add stuff. You can still do pull-ups on this. The height of this works perfect. I love some of the plate loaded options. Like, obviously I told you this, I wouldn't have gone with these just because it just takes so much time. Even though it like looks, and if you're doing really heavy rows and stuff, it works. It's just, it just takes a bunch of time. If I were gonna like make any big changes here, one thing I would do is I would get rid of that plate loaded lat pull down and I would change to a center mount lat pull down on the rep rack. And the nice thing about that is you'd avoid having to roll the plates over there. You'd be space saving. You could have like more space to do something. Another thing I would do is I would definitely get a rack for these, whether like DIY or something. I know you initially got that Cobalt rack, which is like this, you know, like Gladiator style Home Depot rack. I've actually got one of these at my house too. The problem is because it's not angled and it's so high, it's just annoying. I think you'd really like maybe use these even more if you just had a slight angle. PowerBlock makes cheap racks that you could use that could work really well.
I was gonna not roast Sam on this episode, but you asked for it. He was the one that said during Black Friday, like, why don't you just get a Cobalt rack, like something like that? It's the same thing. And I was like, okay. And then I get it in here. First of all, way too high.
Yeah.
Basically any setting. Of course, you can make that lower, but it's still. Let's say you have them at 90 pounds. You're still having to be like.
Also, in all fairness, did not go with the shelf that I sent you.
Yours was even worse.
Oh, I love it.
No, it wasn't.
But other than just telling you to spend a lot more money for other stuff, dude, I think your setup's great. I would probably suggest maybe getting another one of these and you could replace your 45-degree hyper there, because all you could do is place one of these down below, have one up high, and then you could do something very similar without taking a bunch of extra space. May not feel quite as comfortable, but I've done it with mine and it feels pretty good. But other than that, dude, I think it's a great setup. The only thing I think you're missing is just filling up some of the space with other stuff, which will happen over time.
Yeah, I definitely plan to get some kind of conditioning equipment at some point, rower, skier, maybe both. I don't know, but depends on what you'll let me borrow next. But there's definitely more that I could do with the part that's been floored out here. So
yeah. Okay. Sick gym. Let us know what you think of in the comments. Do you like doing the gym walkthroughs? Like, I've got a bunch of friends here we could do them with, but also we want to do some with you guys. So if you got a sick gym, let us know in the comments. If you'd like to see more of these, let us know in the comments. Thanks for showing us your gym.
You got it.
This is Coop from Garage Gym Reviews.
This is Nathan from Garage Gym.
Can you do the little snap with me?
Of course I can.
We'll see you next time. Peace!